And welcome back to the second part of this tutorial. I'm going to exit out. Now let's create my button widget here. So for the buttons, so come right down here. The first one is going to be, let me just call that tk.button, and that is going to be inside button frame. And there's a comma. The text on it, that's going to be equals add new. There we go. Okay, I need, let's grab hold of this. And let's just change the size to about 22. Okay, that's for the font on it, comma. And let's get it padded. Do that. I'm gonna get it padded. And do whatever I've done here. Copy. Let's give it about 2. And what about the width? Comma width. That is going to be 10. Okay. Close that and dot. I'm going to go for, let's just copy all of this. The grill is still right there. That will be 0. Put that at 0. And this will be 0 as well. Okay. Now, what about the padding? I'm going to change this to about 9 so that I can fill up that screen. Okay. I think that is done. Let's save it and see how this first button is going to look like. Save and run. There we go. That's the first button. It's good. Now, supposing I make this 24. Let's make it 24 and see what's going to happen. I'm going to copy this now and just paste it around for the other buttons. Yeah, one more. And this is going to be, let's change this to update. This is going to be reset. And this will be delete. No, let's say search. And this will be delete. This is going to be exit. Okay, those are all the buttons that I intend to use. So this will be in column 1, column 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's save and run. Alright, I think the text seems to be too big, so let's change that to about 20 so that I have enough room. Or change the width. Let's make this about 8. I just want to see how that's going to work for now. If not, change it back. Save and run. Okay, but it's too small. I want it to the edge. Up to the edge. So maybe I'll go for 9. Save and run. Right. Not bad. Okay. The button widget are ready. And finally, let me just create my tree view widget. For the tree view widget, let's say we have, I'll just call that tree. tree that is going to be equals ttk dot tree view, and that is using tree frame paste comma, and I'm going to now enter, let's say, columns. Columns will include the following. So let's say students, student ID. Is that okay? My fields are in place, so I'm just going to round it up and use a for loop to enter this on the frame. So there. So with the for loop, that will display all of this. So let's run it and you guys see. Click on run. There we go. Look at that. That's good. Okay, next I'm going to start work with the functions for all of these buttons. Okay, let's come up here. I think I'm going to enter the function right up there. Yeah, why not? First of all, I need to activate the database. So let's come here and say, I'll call that connect to database. Let's say connect underscore to database. There we go. And the database I'm going to connect to, let's say try cache first. Try on, and that is going to be equals SQL MySQL dot connector dot connect. That is going to be the config connection config. Paste there and return. Next, I'm going to say except. That's an exception in case if there's any error. I want it to display message. So that is going to be my SQL.connector. And just give me the error message. Dot error. Past the message box. So message box dot show error. Show error. And the error is going to be database error. Comma. Get it formatted and display the following error message. Okay, save error. Long for the braces there. So that should display the error message. If there's any error, and let's get it to return will be none. Right. Okay, so let me run it. I just want to see to make sure it connects very good. Now I'm going to pull this. You see this connector? Let's pull it and see if it's going to work. I'm going to pull it right here. Now run. If there's any error, okay, that's good. There's no error. Okay. So, but supposing the name of my database does not exist, let's just enter rubbish in there and see. It should give me an error message. You see that? Telling me this database does not exist. That's good. So undo that. All right, that's the right database. And get rid of this. Okay, my database is in place. Now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to add, let's say, add new. Okay, add new database. And that's, I'm going to be using try. Okay, the try statement again. Let's copy all of that, dump it here, and delete what I don't need. All right, first of all, I'd like you to try to connect to the database. So grab hold of all of this here and just paste it here. Connect equals connect. This one that we tried out earlier. And right underneath here, we're going to now use an if statement. If connect and let's say also equals connect dot also. In that case, let's create a variable that we call query. And I want you to do as follows. Insert using SQL into studies. That's my database called studies. It's still right there. Insert into studies the following, which is going to be the student ID, names, and so on that I have right here. Let's grab all of that and dump it right in here. There we go. And just get rid of all of this. Just leave it, comma there. Okay, it's looking good so far. Okay, that is fine. Now, what about the value that will go in there? Just going to say value, values, values that will be percent. I need 6 of those. Close that and close. So now we now want the value to display the names that I have in here. So I'm right down here. Let's say values that is going to be equals the following. The first one is student ID. Enter that in there. And we just say dot get. Dot get. That's where we'll get the data from. Comma followed by first name. Dot get. Surname. Comma. So that's a surname. Dot get. Okay. Then we have address. Paste. Dot get. Then we have mobile. Comma. Paste. Dot get. And we have email. Dot get. Right, there should be a comma here. Okay, so all of that is in. The next thing we want to now do is let me just say console dot execute. query and the values as well. There we go. Okay, let's say connect dot commit, and we also need to close it. Connect dot close. Right, that's good. Now I'd like it to also display a message confirming if it's saved or not. So let's say message box. I'd like you to show the following information. So we grab all of that and just enter a message box in a message info and show the following message. Say success, comma, let's say data successfully added. Close that. All right. So that is good. So what else is left? I'm going to add this to my add button. So if it works, let's come into the add button. This is the add button in there. So right here, put a comma, command equals add. Okay, so let's go up here and try it out. This should not be there. And this ought to be indented. Okay, that's good. And that should have been database. Alright, okay then. Alright. Okay, I'm going to run it now just to see if it's gonna work. That's good. So enter student ID, and in here the name is going to be Peter Parker. Yeah, address number 45, the house lane. Okay, and mobile, that is okay, and email, that's Gmail. There we go. Decision time successful. Okay, so let's see my database. That's it there, and let's click on refresh. So, oh, there we go. Look at it. Parker is right there. Good. Database works. So, guys, with that, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial, and I'll see you guys shortly.